Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you showing up today to listen to me. I want to address a little bit, today's video is going to be a little bit of a continuation of yesterday's, but it's going to be more focused on me and focused on, as if yesterday wasn't focused on me, it's going to be, I guess, a little bit more focused on the present, not so much the past, because last video was a little bit more focused on the past. And my life, the majority of my life has been focused on the past. The majority of my adulthood, if not all of my adulthood, has been focused on the past. And it's been this weird mixture of focusing on the past so that I can heal the present, and then focusing on the past because I'm expecting it to change. And obviously it's not going to. And I've made amends with that. I had a very, very intense experience today. I journaled everything that I went through. I journaled my emotions, and I've been journaling a lot lately, but I took this time in particular to really be thorough with it, and I wrote out quite a few pages. And during that process, I hit something within myself that caused this it was like this explosive emotional release in a way I have never experienced before. I've never cried like that before, not even when my father died, not when I've never cried like that before. And it felt good. It felt relieving. It also felt a little scary. It was like, what is going on with my body right now? Like, do I need medical attention? But no, it was necessary. It's actually what I asked for from the universe. I was just like, please, please, allow me to release this, because I can't live another day the way I have been living, where I have been so focused on the past, where I've kept one foot in the past in hopes that I was going to get what I was looking for. And I'm going to tell you what I was looking for. I was so stuck in the past because I desperately wanted to hear from my loved ones an apology. And not just like any kind of apology, but like an apology of, I'm sorry that you didn't feel seen or heard when we were growing up, or when you were growing up. I'm sorry that I didn't make you feel protected. I'm sorry that the environment didn't feel safe for you to be who you were, to express yourself fully. And I recognize, like, I can't expect anyone to say that. I can't expect anyone to change. I can't expect that apology. But I did. And it's tortured me. You know, it's tortured me silently, which is the worst part about it. I wasn't even consciously aware of how much it was suffocating me, of how much it was drowning me and making me suffer in such nuanced ways, you know, in such just subliminal ways. My grandparents have changed a lot, and I don't know if I even touched on that in the video, but I do just want to put that out there. Like, they have changed drastically from the people that they were when they were raising me, and I am so proud of them for that. You know, that it's so often heard that older people are incapable of change. That's just how they were, or just how they are. I don't believe that for 1 second. I don't subscribe to that belief for 1 second. We can always change, you know, and the second you write someone off is like the second that you're condemning them to be the same forever, you know, in your eyes. But if you have that willingness to see that everyone can change, then you're going to see the change in your eyes. And I do see that with them. And I know this video hurt them. And I won't pretend like I didn't think that was a possibility. I actually knew that was very likely to happen. And so I do feel as though there are two reasons for me creating this video, and one of them was very conscious, the other one was unconscious. The conscious reasoning was to help others. You know, it was to help others with the insight that I came to in my own life, to help them work through maybe something that they haven't been able to work through. The unconscious reasoning was to get their attention, because that's what I've spent my whole life trying to do. And I didn't even realize it. I've spent my whole life trying to get their attention. I've spent my whole life trying to prove myself to them, trying to be seen and heard by them. Because they were my caretakers. They were the ones who raised me. It mattered to me what they thought of me. It mattered to me if they were listening. It mattered to me if they could see me. And when I was younger, I didn't feel like I was seen, heard, or felt. You know, I didn't feel protected. I just didn't feel like I could be me, you know? And because of that, I harbored so much resentment that I carried with me today. And I wasn't even conscious of this resentment until today, until I finally wrote it all out and had the meltdown that I did. I wasn't conscious of that I was living so much in the past that it was keeping me from moving forward in my present. All I've ever wanted in life, I believe maybe every human ever wants, is just to be validated for who they are. And so when we don't necessarily feel like we're getting that when we're younger, it's very debilitating for our growth. And many of us, at least myself, I carried so much resentment because of that. And then this need to prove myself as an adult, to make up for everything in the past. But I know I don't need to do that. I know they see me. I know they hear me. And I know they love me. I know they weren't perfect people. No one's perfect. I know they did the best they could. Sometimes, though, I believe it's important to acknowledge that our best isn't always good enough. But I don't want to fault them. You know, I don't fault them anymore. I'm not angry. I'm not resentful. I was angry yesterday. Even though I tried to stifle that, there was anger within me yesterday when I was recollecting those experiences. But today, I can confidently say right in this moment, I'm not angry. And I just want to move forward with my life, knowing that what happened, and it shaped me, and the only thing that was really necessary the only necessary thing for me to do from the past was to release all of the emotion that I never allowed myself to feel at that age. Because the thing about our past is, if we stifle emotions, we carry them with us for the rest of our lives until we finally acknowledge them. They stay trapped in our bodies, and then they'll leak out here and there in very unhealthy ways. And I do want to share those unhealthy ways they leaked out in my life. Aside from what I shared yesterday in my video, I've talked about some of these experiences before in other posts and maybe in videos on my social media. But I've had many different addictions. I feel like addiction was one of the most telltale signs that we have unresolved emotions, or we have unfelt emotions. Addictions are a means to avoid what is trapped within us. And I've had addictions to alcohol. I've had addictions to drugs. I've had addictions to the internet. Oh my God, the internet and social media has been a huge, huge struggle of mine. And I actually kind of want to explore that addiction a little bit. And porn, I'm going to throw that in there with the internet addiction. Um, I I turned to the internet at a very young age. Like I believe the internet became a little bit more popular, and like online play like RuneScape, things like that became a lot more popular when I was around 11 or 12, so preteen, and that changed my whole life. You know, I suddenly found a place where I could express who I was. I could be seen and I could be heard in the ways that I wanted to be. And so I was living for the internet. When I tell you I had a really bad addiction, I don't just mean that like I would get on it for hours at a time. No, I would spend, if I could spend the whole day on it, I would. If I didn't have to eat or use the restroom and just stay on the internet, I would totally do that. And sometimes I did. Sometimes it was so bad that it became a really big problem in my relationship with my parents. They would confiscate my devices because of how bad the addiction was to it, and they would hide it or put it up away, maybe in their bedroom, maybe in like some cabinetry. Wherever they put it, I would find it. And if they locked it away for good, I would find another device that I could use. I did whatever it took to find a device to get on the internet. I had to have that. And at that time, I couldn't understand why. I had no idea why I was so compulsive with it. I could not figure out for the life of me what it was, but the moments when it was taken from me, and if it ever felt like there was no way of getting those devices back, I would have meltdowns, full on, just like almost like panic attacks in the privacy of my bedroom or something. And at that time, like I said, I had no idea what the reasoning was behind that. I recognize now, you know, it was just because that was my only way of feeling like I could express myself and connect with people and be validated for, and you know, the unfortunate thing is not even for who I was, because I created so many false identities there. So even on the internet, I created an image that was based on what I thought they wanted from me, but it still was somehow a release. You know, it was a way to not go mentally insane. Um, and then as far as the whole porn addiction goes, I don't even want to say it was so much the addiction to porn itself. I've never really been drawn to porn. Like, hold on, let me think of how I want to elaborate this. Like, I've never found the idea of porn very appealing. I know what goes to a good extent. I know how like the industry works. I know how fake it is. You know, how it's just a product, you know, that's being sold. You know, it's very falsified. It's very fantasy like. So I'm very aware of that, and that turns me off. It's more the release that I look for from masturbation, and it's that release of this pent up energy within myself that's getting expressed through sexuality, but it's so much deeper than that, you know. But that release allows me to calm down. It allows me to feel comforted and relaxed. And porn is just a quick way to very quickly stimulate yourself, because it's not about, I'm not looking for the full blown experience. I'm not looking to really be in the moment and like explore my body. I'm just looking to very quickly release sexual energy, because what it was tied to was this other energy that was trapped within me that I've been trying to release for so long but didn't know how to. So, I guess like just going forward, I'm not gonna stop sharing my experiences as far as life goes. Um, I believe that is how we connect with each other, is by sharing our experiences. But I will never share my experiences with malicious intent. I'm never going to do it with the intent to portray someone in a villainous light. I don't really believe I'm gonna I don't see in the foreseeable future. I don't see myself diving deeper into my past, my traumas and things like that. Not the way I've done, anyway, because I don't know if it's really necessary anymore. I just I the only thing I've ever desired in life is just to connect with people, just to be seen and be heard. Like, this is me. This is Mason Deweese, and I am a vulnerable being. I like talking. I like helping people. I like being creative. I like dancing. I just love people, and I want other people to be who they feel like they were meant to be. I want you, the viewer, to just embrace who you are. I don't want anyone in this world to suffer. I don't wish that upon anyone. I don't care who you are. I genuinely don't wish that upon anyone. I just want to spread as much love as I can, and I'm doing that by sharing my truth, by sharing what I've gone through in this life, and showing you how it shaped me and how you can come on the other side of all of these experiences stronger and wiser than ever before, and more compassionate than ever before. I had finished off my journal entry with this quote that comes from Taylor Swift's song Daylight. I wrote, the very last sentence was, I'm ready to step into the daylight and let it go. I'm ready to let go of my past. I'm ready to let go of that need to be seen and heard and validated. I already know I'm seen and I'm heard and I'm validated. And I need to also recognize that I was taught to give. My parents were very giving people, very generous people, very loving in their generosity, but there were conditions with it a lot of times. And that's because when we give so much, because I've done the same exact thing for my whole life with all of my relationships. I have given and given and given and given, and I haven't stopped to give to myself first. So when I don't know how to give to myself, and all I'm doing is giving to other people, I start to create conditions. And then when those conditions aren't met, when those expectations aren't met, I'm left with feeling resentful. I'm left with feeling extremely angry, feeling even betrayed. But none of that would happen if I just gave to myself first, the way I need to give to myself. And then when I give to others, I can do it unconditionally. So I don't know if my parents are going to watch this. If you are watching this, I do love you, and I don't blame you. My past experience was so necessary for me to become who I am today, for me to do the work I came to this planet to do. I came here to work through tough shit. I fully own that I came here to have some traumatizing shit happen to me so that I could come out on the other side and be able to connect with everyone else and show them that anything is possible when you set your mind to it, and when you heal, and when you love yourself. You are love, we are love. So as much as it may have seemed in my last video that I'm resentful about what happened, I was. It's not that I just seemed, I was resentful. I'm here to say today, which might seem like such a very quick period to suddenly have that shift, but you know, I don't control healing. It's just how it worked. I don't feel resentful. I feel grateful. I feel extremely grateful. I'm happy that everything happened the way it did because it's made me who I am today. And who I am today is who I've always wanted to be. I've always just wanted to be this free, spirited, loving person that just wants to connect with everyone, help everyone, dance with everyone, you know? Like, the sky's the limit. So I think that's the video that I wanted to create today. I tried it a few times, but this one seems to have been articulated the best, where there wasn't any like blaming. I take accountability for my feelings. The only thing I can change, I can't change anyone. I can't force anyone to change. I'm just going to exhaust myself if I do. And that's what I was doing. I kept expecting them to change in ways that maybe they weren't ready to change it. They have changed though. That's the thing, is they have changed, and I haven't chosen to focus on it enough to appreciate it. I've been instead dwelling on everything from the past, and I am sorry for that, you know. I'm sorry that I did dwell on that, but I'm happy to move forward, to let it go. And I hope any of you out there that are watching this can do the same for yourselves, because when we finally let all of that go, we set ourselves free to be who we are meant to be. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today, for watching this video. I hope it resonates with you. I hope you pull something important from it. Like I said, these videos are going to continue coming, so I don't know what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's Monday. I need to put out a post putting out questions. So if you guys have any questions, send them to me, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. I love you so much. You aren't alone. Your experience is unique to you, but all of us have experiences unique to us, and that's what connects us. Okay? So have a great day. Much love to you. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for letting me be Mason. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Namaste.